This video is about the small window between noticing a bad thought and watching it take over your whole afternoon, and what you can actually do inside that window. We often think a negative spiral is one big event, when really it's a sequence of very small moments stacking up in your brain, and most of them happen before you realize anything is wrong. Susan Nolan, a psychologist at Yale, spent her career studying this. She called it rumination, quietly replaying your negative emotion over and over without moving forward. The activity itself feels like problem solving, but it almost never functions that way. Her research uncovered something stranger. It's not how long you feel down that pulls you into depression. It's how often you go back and replay it. Part of why your mind drifts toward the negative is mechanical. A 2001 review by Roy Baumeister titled "Bad is Stronger Than Good" concluded that negative information carries more weight than positive information of equal size. Your brain is built to notice threats more vividly than safety. Inside your head sits a network called the default mode network, the system that quietly switches on whenever you're not focused on anything in particular. A 2010 Harvard study tracked thousands of people through their days and found we spend nearly 47% of our waking hours thinking about something other than what we're doing. Their conclusion was that a wandering mind is often an unhappy mind. In 2020, Julie Sang and Jordan Popank published a study that used brain imaging to detect the moments when one thought ends and another begins, and they called the units thought worms. The average person, they estimated, generates somewhere around 6,200 of them in a single day. That's more than enough that if you let each one pull you in, your whole day can disappear. So here's what the evidence suggests you should do in order. The first move is to notice. Noticing sounds soft, but it is the entire game. In mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, the work of distinguishing a thought from a fact is called decentering, which means you're not arguing with a thought, you're acknowledging it as a mental event. The second move is to name it. When people put a bad feeling into words, "I'm anxious," "I'm angry," the fear center of the brain actually quiets down, and the calm thinking part wakes up. The third move is to diffuse. Instead of saying, "I am a failure," you say, "I am having the thought that I am a failure." It sounds small, but that one sentence changes how close the thought feels to you. The fourth move is to slow your body down. A 2023 Stanford study tested a few short breathing methods, and the one that produced the largest improvement in mood was the cyclic sigh, which involves a double inhale through the nose, followed by a long exhale through the mouth. Do this 5 minutes a day, and you'll notice a big difference in your mood. The fifth move is to pre-decide. People stick to a plan much better when it is written as if X, then Y. So your plan might be, if I notice myself spiraling, then I will name the thought. You are writing the response before you need it. And none of this is new, by the way. Stoic philosopher Epictetus wrote that people are not upset by things, but by the way they see them. And Buddhism also has a parable for the same idea called the second arrow. The first arrow is the event itself, the difficult feeling or the unwanted thought. And the second arrow is the story you wrap around it, the rumination, the resistance, the spiral. The first arrow you cannot always avoid, but the second one is always your choice. Catching a negative thought before it spirals is not about thinking positive, and it is not about pushing the thought away. Trying not to think about something usually makes it stay longer, not shorter. What it really comes down to is the small space between the thought and what you do with it. Notice, name, diffuse, breathe, pre-decide. 5 small moves, each with research behind it, all available to you before a spiral takes over your day.